Hey everyone, it's Army Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. So yesterday we took at Lord Nebotus and how powerful he is. Now we need to look at Sir Valgar and is this monster going to be able to compete with the likes of Lord Nebotus. Sir Valgar, by the way, is going to be the free monster from the Legends Pass. So you will be able to get this monster completely free to play. There's going to be several ways to get him. You're going to be able to get cells in Monster World. You're going to be able to get cells in the Daily Challenge. There's going to be several ways. But can he compete with Lord Nebotus? We're about to find out because Lord Nebotus is very powerful. If you haven't seen that video, you do not want to miss it. I will link it in the description below. So the lore isn't as long. I'll read that at the very end. Let's go ahead and scroll down and see what this monster is. Sir Valgar is a light attacker with positive effect skills for allies. He can apply light weakness or sunburn to enemies and precision, double damage, and stamina regen to all allies. Sir Valgar has an evolving trait. I wonder if he's also going to have 5. No, he doesn't. Okay, so already no. Sir Valgar has an evolving trait. At rank 0, he's hardened. Ooh, not even Bulwark. Oh, spoke too soon. At rank 1, he's a Bulwark, and at rank 3, he becomes Status Caster, applying Sunburn at the start of every battle. Okay, so he has the Bulwark and the Sunburn against the enemy. I will say, of all the DLTs, Sunburn is my second favorite. My first favorite is, of course, Curse. I imagine that's most people's favorite. Then I like Sunburn. The reason I love Sunburn is because it reduces accuracy, and sometimes reducing accuracy by that 15% is all you need for the enemy monster to miss. Alright, so, Bulwark and Area Sunburn. At the same time though, in the meta, there's always a Megaton monster, so that Megaton monster is going to absorb the Sunburn, although dots are a good way to take away a chunk of the enemy Megaton monster's HP. But with that being said, yeah, we have the Bulwark and Sunburn. In terms of comparing this monster to Lord Nebotus, obviously, just nowhere in the same league. In terms of stats, we have a life stat of 89,274. That's tied with several other monsters, like quite a few of them, Wormhole, Equalaria, Magas, Kage, just to name a few. So it's pretty impressive. I would say it's on the higher end for sure. As for his power stats, 8569, this is tied with that of ZHC. It is a top 10 power stat. It's the third highest or fourth highest. So right now, Lord Nebotus just beats everyone with his 8800 power stat. It is impressive. Up next, we have Spec, Stock Killer, Climber, Crew Electric. They have 8624. And then we have Ingwe, Bloomeria, and Kage with 8591. And then we have this monster in ZHC. So he is definitely a strong attacker in terms of the power stat. The speed stat, this is where he suffers a lot. This is a relatively low speed stat, definitely on the slower end. So stats-wise, nothing too impressive other than the power stat. It is impressive, but again, compared to the other attackers I mentioned, I mean, it's a few points, so it's nothing to be like, oh my gosh, Kage has more HP, Spec Killer has more HP. So I'll give him the power for sure. In terms of relics, this is where I would say he wins. So he has a revival essence. If this monster dies, he comes back to life. Strong attacker that can come back to life. Right? Not that many attackers can do that. You look through the list of attackers, how many of them, when they die, can come back to life? Like, not even Lord Nebotus could do that. Alright, let's see what else we have. Light Will Shine. 40 damage, 0 cooldown, deals moderate light damage to one enemy. Shining Spear deals low light damage, applies Sunburn. AoE Sunburn. 15 damage, 0 cooldown, 40 damage, 0 cooldown, 22 stamina cost, and 30 stamina cost. Okay, so we're not seeing any 0 stamina cost like we saw with Nebotus. And to be fair, it's not really that fair for me to be comparing him with Nebotus, but I'm still going to be doing it anyways, since he is the main threat in Season 6. We have Purified Purification, blocks out 50% of incoming damage from itself, removes all negative effects from itself, requires cooldown. 0 damage, 1 jump cooldown, 36 stamina cost, and the fact that it blocks is nice. However, you're not dealing damage with the attack, so self-skill, right? He's an attacker that has a lot of 0 damage skills. 1, 2, 3. 3 skills that don't deal any damage. Royal Guard applies a 30% life shield and life regen to our allies. Not a big fan of it unless you're going a supportive route with this monster. Holy Punishment, here you go, deals massive light damage to an enemy, requires cooldown. 70 damage, 1 shot cooldown, 36 stamina cost. I will say, this is a strong attack. Lord Nebotus also has a 70 damage skill. Now, with this monster, you are getting that light elemental advantage against monsters of the dark elements. So, when we're talking about the meta, we're talking about Mouseron, we're talking about Shelly, we're talking about Kage, and now we're talking about Lord Nebotus as well. So, that is one thing this monster has gone for him, and he's a free-to-play monster, so you will be able to get him. So, yeah, we have that 70 damage. If you happen to have Unrelenting Assaults, then you will be able to definitely utilize this every other turn. So, that's also a good thing. We have Radiant Spear, applies precision to itself, deals moderate light damage. I do like that you give yourself the increased accuracy first in case you had any debuff. Your accuracy is increased, you won't miss your attack. It's a AoE light based attack, and you also sunburn. So Your attacks are always applying that sunburn. That's good. We have Divine Light. Applies damage, double damage, precision, and stamina regen. I think for Nebotus, it was double damage, precision, and the evasion, which is definitely better. However, this is for your whole entire team. Double damage, precision, stamina regen for your whole entire team. So, a good support skill. No Forgiveness deals heavy special damage to all enemies, 45, and light weakness to all enemies. Okay, so what I will say about this monster, he has a really good setup as an unrelenting assault user. You would start the game off with No Forgiveness, heavy special damage to everyone, light weakness, you dealt 45 damage, it would likely trigger. UA would kick in, you would be able to do Radiant Spear, which gives yourself increased accuracy, moderate light damage. Thanks to the light weakness, it's even stronger now, so it's dealing an extra 17.5 damage for 42.5, so you dealt 45, 42.5, and then you get another turn, and then you can probably finish someone off with your strong Holy Punishment skill, right? So yeah, this monster can definitely pull off that combo. So the No Forgiveness Radiant Spear is a good one. Against, yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, this monster is not... Ah, man. So, what he has going for him is that he's a light monster. Like, 100%. Like, that's for sure. He has that going for him. And that 70 damage light-based attack is powerful. It's massive. And you do have a nice 45 special-based attack. So, if you happen to fight a light monster, like maybe you're fighting a Bombeta Megaton, you can do No Forgiveness first, and then do your Spear skill. Or you're just your Holy Punishment. So, you're good in that case. But it's just, when you compare him with what we just saw yesterday with Lord Nebotus, it's like day and night. Seriously, light and dark. It's just no comparison. This monster just is not... I don't see this monster being meta, for sure. If there's any light monster that's going to be meta, it's going to be Bloomeria. That's going to be your go-to light monster. While this monster can pack a nice punch and has some strong AoEs, yeah, I definitely don't see him being meta. Looking at his ultimate, Law of Valgar removes positive effects from all enemies, deals heavy light damage, applies Mega Sun Sunburn. I do like the alt. Yeah, but we don't really go on the alts. If I was to get this monster, I would likely run, assuming you're running this monster as an attacker, I would go No Forgiveness, Radiant Spear, Holy Punishment, and I would do the 40 damage 0 cooldown skill. Yeah, that way you have a 0 cooldown skill to utilize. And that's if I wanted to run him 2 strength, 1 speed. If I wanted to run this monster as a team speed holder, like we're talking 3 team speed, or we're talking, yeah, probably 3 team speed, and to run them for support, that's when you run, let's see, removes negative effects. I wouldn't even do Purification. Applies to 30% life shield and regen. I would do Royal Guard for sure, 30% life shield and life regen. I would do the double damage precision stamina regen to all allies. I would do the massive light damage, applies leg weakness to all enemies. Gosh, it's really those 2 skills. It's mostly that buff there. He doesn't even have a cleansing skill. Radiant Spear for the sunburn, so applying dots to the enemy, reducing their accuracy. So I would go Spear. Gosh, I would go... I don't think I'd do No Forgiveness unless you specifically had a light attacker. I was going to say, like, maybe you have Master Rat, but Master Rat doesn't need any support because Master Rat can make the enemy weak to light attacks himself. So I would go with Divine Light. I would go with your Royal Guard, your Radiant Spear, and probably the AoE Sunburn. Because if you're team speed, you don't need a Holy Punishment. You don't need a strong attack. So, overall, I'm not really feeling this monster. Again, he's going to be a free monster, so if you can get him, great. If you can take him to rank 1, get that Bulwark trait, great. Utilize him if you can. So, Lord Nebotus would destroy this guy, hands down. But with that being said, let's read the lore for this monster. By the way, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Am I wrong about this monster? Do you guys think he's actually going to be good because he packs a punch and because he can resurrect? Like, he definitely has that going for him. So, is he maybe a threat against the Kages, against the Masterons? You guys let me know in the comments below. With that being said, let's go to the lore. After his lineage extinguished, Valgar the Pure spent his days wandering around Petra, aiding every monster or tribe in need of help. Most of the time, he received desperate calls from humble societies who were being abused by trolls, ogres, and such, but once he felt someone was in trouble nearby, and when he got there, he found the entire Light Royal family. Whose carriage had been surrounded by Borjork, warspells, and their horde of orcs in the middle of the road. Valgar distracted the orcs on his own and fought half of them, while King Darien, Queen Luthien, and Belaba took the other half. In the end, they were able to fight them all off and continue their journey. King Darien convinced Valgar to come with them to the Light Kingdom, where he held a banquet in the honor of his savior. The monster in the Light Court accepted Valgar as one of their own after many years alone. He felt comfortable enough to settle down there, to King Darien's joy. He was given a title that... Oh wait, let's rewind that. Bam! Alright, he was given a title and made part of the Royal Guard, and the Light Kingdom became his home. Lots of happy and prosperous years went by, so when dark times arrived, they caught the entire Light Kingdom by surprise. After suffering, oh, quick note, you can never let your guard down. After suffering an assault from the Lord's servants in his own castle, King Darren decided that he needed to take the initiative against corruption. If someone can save us from corruption, he thought, he thought so wrong. That has to be Sir Valgar the Pure, the hero who saved my family years ago. And so, he had Sir Valgar purified and sent on a mission to defeat the Lord. Ooh, that is not gonna go well. Unless we get the new era is like corrupted cosmic, and then Sir Valgar goes like cosmic purification. No way he's gonna take down King Darren, or no way he's gonna take down Lord Nebotus. Do you think King Darren is right? Is Sir Valgar the one who'll defeat corruption? Maybe the reason SP is doing this is because they'll set up the lore to where Sir Valgar gets destroyed by Lord Nebotus, and then we have the real light and saver, Rossi gone, everyone. Alright, so with that being said, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.